So, Matt, my co-host here on the failed superhero blockbusters. Before recording, I was telling you how sometimes we can't really determine, we don't get to control what we respond strongly to, like in terms of nostalgic viewing experiences. Like the strangest stuff can hold like a whole world of meaning that's just personal to you that no one else will see or understand, because we're at some on some level we're like watching different things, right? We're having different experiences watching film, experiencing art, reading a book, and you just never know when this stuff's gonna hit you. And I think it's Roger Ebert who claimed that movies are empathy machines, right? And you just never know how that machine's gonna operate with you on a day-to-day basis. And that's the beauty of cinema. And sometimes you watch something that makes you feel nothing for a tight 71 minutes.
I'll go Gadget
And
podcasting.
yeah.
There we go.
Hi, I'm your host, Diego Crespo. That's Matt Garingo.
Yes, this is me. Hit the music, Johnny. Inspector Gadget.
All right, Matt, what's your history with Inspector Gadget, a superhero?
I've seen the 1999 film.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right, no. All right. Yeah, we're here to do Inspector Gadget, everybody.
Yes.
He's a superhero, right?
You know what? I actually did a little bit of research for this one because I had questions about the film. And it is classified as like a superhero movie.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense. But in the same way like Dick Tracy, kind of, right? Obviously Inspector Gadget comes way later. I think it's like 1983 when the first like cartoon comes out. But I could kind of see a similar vibe. Although I guess tonally this would be more in line with like Batman and Robin or Mystery Men, right?
Yes.
But like the cartoony nature of it, like the attempt at like poppy colors and like flashy set pieces. I don't know anymore. What are we doing here?
We're here to talk about Inspector Gadget, motherfucker. That's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah. No. But I'm just gonna get it out of the way right now. This movie's awful. This ground me down into a paste, and it's the shortest movie I think we've ever talked about on here.
Okay, well, the other really short one we did was Dragon Ball Evolution, and
yeah, you know what?
and Dragon Ball Evolution it had a similar thing where the movie ended and then kept going, right? Like like there was clearly like they just put a bunch of stuff in the credits to make it longer. So, Dragon Ball Evolution is technically 85 minutes. I believe it clocked in more at 75 minutes. And with Inspector Gadget being around 78 minutes, I mean, they're kind of similar lengths. This movie barely cracks 70 minutes, right? Like, there's stuff, it has before we get, like, we'll get to it, but it has all this stuff in the end credits that was clearly shot for the movie and then was cut for whatever reason, right? There's like subplots referenced in the end credits that are not in the film, right? Like, there's so much going on here. Yeah, this is an atrocious film. One thing I should say about it is this was for whatever reason I knew who Inspector Gadget was in 1999, right? Even though by that point Inspector Gadget, which is a 1983 cartoon, had been off the air, right? Like, we're in a bit of an in between era with Inspector Gadget, because I think it came back for a little bit and then got canceled again. And but I knew who he was. I'm gonna guess it was reruns on either the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon, right? Like Nickelodeon used to just do reruns of fucking 80s cartoons all the time, you know?
Yeah, like Nick at Night was a big thing,
Yeah.
even after like the cartoon stuff too.
And considering that Disney produced this film, I'm gonna guess it was the Disney Channel that was showing this stuff, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll just say it is one of the catchiest theme songs of all time, even though it's just the do 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 Inspector Gadget. So like the moment you hear it as a kid, it sticks in your head, right? It's kind of like the Pink Panther theme, where I doubt many kids even know who the fuck the Pink Panther is, but I bet you they know who the Pink Panther theme, right? Dun 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 dun. It's just
Yeah.
it works.
Like
Um,
even like it's so popular as a theme that both Inspector Gadget and Pink Panther like has popped up in like other comedic things,
mhm.
and you just instinctively know the vibe of what they're supposed to be parodying without you having seen what they're parodying. Like
Yeah.
that's how effective they are.
Mhm. And the other elements of it are, Don Adams was the voice of Inspector Gadget, um, who he has a very awkward cameo in this film. Um, in the end credits, by the way, again, it's just they just fucking were like, fuck it. Don Adams, of course. Uh, the Mac was Maxwell Smart on Get Smart, um, which
Yeah, I
is
was gonna ask, are you familiar with that show?
yes, I am. I used to watch a lot of like TV Land when I was younger. I think 'cause my dad really liked some of the shows on there. That's how I saw like Batman 66 and like Lost in
Mm-hmm.
Space and shows like that. And Get Smart's actually
Yeah, yeah.
pretty fucking funny. So
Yeah, that show fucking is hilarious.
yeah.
One of my great disappointments was the Steve Carell adaptation of Get
Mm.
Smart
I think
because it's like fine,
yeah.
but that show is like in terms of comedy, anyways, pretty much holds up.
Yeah, is that one of the things that like fucking Mel Brooks? Yeah, Mel Brooks created it with Buck Henry, so it's like one of Mel Brooks's first things, um,
Hmm.
early in his career, and yeah, it's a fucking fantastic. It's really funny, and I think that carried out. Like it's very clear they wanted to use Get Smart as like an inspiration for Inspector Gadget in terms of like all the silly gadgets that were on Get Smart, um, and Inspector Gadget as a cartoon is kind of weird where there's that weird era of 80s animation, right? Which I feel like a lot of people are nostalgic for, and a lot of it doesn't hold up nearly as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep. Oh,
um,
big time, big
yeah,
time.
like there's I think the real classic example, and I apologize if I offend anyone, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja cartoon really doesn't hold up from that era. Like the animation is just so cheap, especially towards like especially like after season like 2. Like they just like there's like this massive drop in quality, right? And
Hmm.
how many seasons, how many episodes do you think there were of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I think it's like three, right?
There were 10 seasons and 193 episodes. Now
Okay,
it's
I was wrong.
it's also one of those ones where like let me break it down like where season 1 5 episodes, season 2 13 episodes, season 3 47 episodes, season 4 41 episodes, season 5 20 episodes, season 6 16, season 7 27, and then the last 3 seasons are all 8 episodes. So
God, we used to be a fucking
yeah.
country.
um
I say that, and we were just talking about how fucking bad the animation and shit was. Like, who knows
mm,
what those creative rooms were
yeah.
like? Or probably a
And
nightmare.
I'm kind of curious because it seems like there's a shift in. I should maybe give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles another chance, but that sort of season 3, season 4 syndication era, I just remember being like, oh my god, they're like the colors on their masks like change in the shots, like it's it was really bad. And most of the stuff that was produced then was explicitly made to sell toys, right? It was
Hmm.
marketing laws changed thanks to Ronald Reagan, everyone's favorite guy. Um, what you can market to children and how you can market it was changed. So now you could basically make cartoons that were just toy commercials. That's where you get Transformers. That's where you get He-Man. That's where you get all sorts of stuff. Um, Now, to be fair, Inspector Gadget doesn't seem to have come from that specific point. It seemed to have been designed animation first, and then there was kind of a like, and then maybe we'll sell toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was not like, um, have you ever read Rom Space Knight?
No, no.
So Rom Space Knight is a Marvel comic that lasted like 5 years, I think, and it's quietly one of the best Marvel comics of the '80s. Uh,
Whoa.
it's great. There's like this whole like overarching saga involving these aliens called the Wraiths. That's really good. It Marvel doesn't own the rights to Rom because it was a toy that was licensed to make the comic, and the toy is like this just shitty little plastic robot that lights up. Like it's comically bad as a toy, but it spawned a 75 issue Marvel comic that is great. It's harder to get because Marvel doesn't own the rights, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they put out an omnibus a few years ago, but it's one of those ones where like it'll never be on the um, Marvel app because they don't own the rights to the character. Uh,
Right, right.
they did the same with like Micronauts, and like also Rom and Micronauts all crossed over with the Marvel universe. Like there's the X-Men actually cross over with Rom Space Knight at a certain point. Um, and they Marvel did Transformers. Transformers also crossed over with Marvel a couple times. Godzilla, even like there was a weird sort of marketing shift towards the end of the '70s, end of the '80s, where all this toy stuff started getting big. And I don't know if there was like if they were chasing the dollar signs of being like we can sell an Inspector Gadget toy because it does feel like a toy thing, right? Like
Yeah.
like you can buy all these accessories for Inspector Gadget, but I don't see that
But like the
as
concept or the show itself, it doesn't feel like intrinsically rooted in that the way something like Transformers. Like
yeah.
I know there's a lot of diehard fans of like, oh no, these are really great. There's a great run of comics. There's a great animated show. To me, I'm always just gonna have this dissonance because like it's so nakedly toys
Yeah.
that I can't get super invested the way I can with like I come to Guardians of the Galaxy late because of the movies, right? I can get invested in those stories because that's like new to me and it's not nakedly marketing, even though the MCU is, right?
Yeah.
With Transformers, they look like toy blocks to me. So it's like even like I saw like half of Transformers 1 recently, right? And I thought it was pretty good. And but I can't get more than like pretty good out of it. And it's wonderfully made, super well directed. I think it's like the director of Toy Story 4 directed that one, and it's really like impressive what they do visually. I can't get over the hurdles. It's just toys, you know, or like GI Joes. I'll never take a GI Joe thing
Yeah, GI
seriously,
Joes are
like ever.
that's the one I struggle with, and maybe it's because I was never like a
Yeah.
military toy kid, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so like those are the ones I just don't care for. But like I can do Transformers fine, but I was kind of exposed to it a little bit before. Like it was kind of like I was still into toys when I was exposed to it, so I didn't see the crass marketing that was going on. Um,
Yeah, maybe that's it.
mhm,
You know, I missed it.
mhm. And Pokemon's another great example. Like, we talked about that a little bit on the Dragon Ball Evolution episode, of just being like
Mm-hmm.
it is so built around collect them all, collect them all, collect them all.
Yeah.
It's that.
And yet, Pikachu is universally beloved.
I mean, Pikachu does have it. There is. I mean, look, there. Some of these characters are just designed to be perfect in that way, right? Maybe we don't. Maybe we
Mm-hmm.
don't engage with Transformers on the level of other people, but Optimus Prime is like a design that you're like, yeah, that stands out for a reason. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Slight tangent, but also maybe a little bit of a segue.
Mhm.
It's funny that you mentioned Optimus Prime, and we're talking Transformers. And bad animation.
Mhm.
So I recently started watching Invincible for the first time. I'm familiar with the comic. I read it from beginning to end back in the day. I'm a Kirkman fan. I think he tends to run out of steam towards the end of his stories. But I'm liking the show so far, and I haven't gotten very. I'm like 2 episodes in. Like I literally just started the show for the
Okay.
first time. I'm trying to fill the void of the Pit Thursdays because that show's only on for 15 weeks out of the year,
Mhm.
and I have to I have to fulfill the void in my heart when that show is not airing now because I like it so much. So I'm just watching a bunch of bullshit now. Um, Optimus Prime voices like a pretty significant supporting character in the series a little later, and I'm like, I'm very excited about that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
God, what's
and
that guy's
like
name? I totally forgot. What's that actor's name?
Peter Weller. No, nope,
No,
that is not his name.
Peter
What the fuck
Cullen.
am I saying?
Peter Cullen.
Peter Cullen.
Yeah, yeah. Peter
No,
Weller
Peter
is
Cullen. Yeah,
RoboCop.
yeah.
But
Which is also sort of related to Inspector Gadget because this is clearly like baby's first RoboCop.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, really, what it is, it's Get Smart meets the $6 Million Man, right? Like that's
Hmm.
clearly what the pitch was for Inspector Gadget, of just
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's a robot guy. So
I think what also kind of hides like the naked marketing of like animated shows from that era too is like
mm,
yeah the Get Smart thing, huge inspiration, like just gigantic.
mm,
Um, the fact that he's like an inspector, like that's a weekly procedural,
yes.
like immediately, right?
Mm,
Like how many shows like are they still doing that are like that,
mm,
right? Fucking, I just talked about the pit. The pit's basically a procedural. You're just watching like
mm,
a bunch of procedurals back to back to back to back
yeah.
over the course of a season. Um, and that's it's kind of a no brainer of a series idea if you think about it. It's like, okay, what can we get to get the kids in and still like structure it like differently enough that it can like get an easy green light or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
And it's kind of a yeah.
it's a premise you get like immediately, right? And it's a dynamic that you can just repeat over and over again, which is basically Inspector Gadget actually sucks at solving the crimes. He just does wacky
Yeah.
shit, and Penny solves everything with Brain the dog, right? Like that's the
Hmm.
gag. It was just a cute gag, right? Like that's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and
Not
then
complicated or anything.
it's not complicated, it's very simple. And you're like, yeah, and that's 83 episodes.
Yeah.
That's 86 episodes of television. Was Inspector Gadget. Now, uh, because whatever was going on in the 80s of just being the first generation that everything was marketed to in that way, there's that like really like fanatical devotion to stuff from the 80s, right? Uh,
Hmm.
and Inspector Gadget seems to be one of the big ones for people of a certain era, right? Like there's one where you're like, oh, you kind of had to be there for, like, you kind of had to find, like, Tron was big, but like I think with like a niche group in the 80s, where something like the
Yeah,
Goonies had.
Tron is kind of one of the original cult classics, I
Yes,
think,
but
right?
what I'm saying is that Tron had a cult following. Kids that saw Tron loved it, and it stuck with them. But the Goonies was something that like every kid from the 80s knows, right? And
Hmm.
I think Inspector Gadget kind of fit into that mold. People were really big on Inspector Gadget for some reason of that era. I've seen some episodes of Inspector Gadget. It's not bad. Like for what it is, it's like, yeah, this makes sense that this was a cartoon. Like I'm not sitting there. I'm maybe not going to sit down and watch all 86 episodes, but I was like, yeah, it's fine. Um, but a generation.
Wait. Time out.
Okay,
I have to mention because you brought up the Goonies. Do you follow Carrie Coons and Tracy Letts on Letterboxd?
I,
Because they
s- I
post, they
I
watch this.
saw that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw the review of the Goonies. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna link it below because it's incredible. I would put money down that Tracy Letts wrote that one. Because he's an excellent writer and
you know what I'm gonna.
he
Here,
eviscerates that movie.
here's the thing. You know, like we're in like IP hell right now, and like we seem to not be able to get out of it, right? And we're like,
Mm.
we're recording this on May the 4th, by the way. Mandalorian and Grogu comes out soon. When is that? Is that this Friday? When is that? Um,
No, I think it's like May 20th or something. It's like towards the end of the
okay, May
month.
22nd.
What's Memorial Day? Yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
All
That's
right.
why.
Sure, why not? I'm sure it'll be a big hit and everyone will love it. Um,
Well, don't you know the original Star Wars came out around that time, so they've been trying. This is not a joke, by the way. They've been trying to make that date stick for Star Wars releases because it started there.
why not?
That's it. It's never
Wait, no, Star
worked,
Wars
but
came. Didn't
whatever.
Star Wars come out in March?
No, May.
When the fuck did? All right, yeah. Star Wars.
Yeah.
I always get that confused. I know Star Wars got moved around like 4 times during the build up to that because it was also meant to come out in the summer, and then they thought Smokey and the Bandit would beat it at the box office, so they moved it back. Um,
Mm.
uh,
Yeah, they've been gunning for that Memorial Day weekend. Remember, Rise of Skywalker was supposed to come out then too, and then they're like, "Listen, we're making this up as we go. No movie will be finished by then."
yeah,
And they're like, "Fine, you get an extra couple months."
I feel like May's a
And then
bad
Solo came out
spot
then,
for
and it
Star Wars.
bombed.
Like I feel like it's the Christmas thing was really working. They've kind of lost it though to Dune. Like Dune now kind of has the Christmas sci-fi spot. So
Hmm.
it's like Dune and Avatar. So uh
Yeah.
yeah, so maybe they want to just be like, well, let's just space this stuff out. But I don't know. I don't know if May, even though that is the Star Wars date, I don't know if it works that way anymore, right? Like,
No, you know what? Here's my take. I haven't had a chance to really talk about this, and maybe there's gonna be some loopholes that you'll be like, that's a stupid take, it doesn't make any sense. But I think like the May, June, July releases for summer stuff, like people want fresh summer blockbusters. They don't want like as much as I still love Star Wars and I want the movies to be great,
mm,
make Star Wars great again. Sorry. Like I think that those are Christmas releases now, and I think people want like the newer stuff, like something they haven't seen before. They want like an Inception in like June or July.
mm.
You know, they want to be excited. Like I really think sticking to May for like tradition is killing them.
Yeah,
I know they're doing it for the Mandalorian movie. They're going to do it for the next one, the
mm,
Sean Levy one. God help us all.
mm.
Yeah, I don't understand
Well,
that idea whatsoever.
yeah, I mean, to me, it feels built off a box office idea that doesn't exist. Like, no one's going to hang out at the movie theater in the summer anymore, right? Like,
Hmm.
it's it makes more sense for something like Star Wars because it's like, okay, it's a holiday, let's take the whole family, right? Like,
Hmm.
that's what I think Star Wars fits into that niche a little bit better. But what do
Yeah.
I know? Um, you know, uh, what the fuck was I saying about Inspector Gadget? I was saying something. Um, anyway, Inspector Gadget was popular enough that someone somewhere was like, let's do a movie. Uh,
Well, 1999 is also one of the best years in like cinema history.
yes, it is. Inspector
Like it's an embarrassment of riches,
Inspector
truly.
Gadget was a big part of that.
No, it wasn't.
Inspector Gadget, huge part of it. Um,
Well, it made the fantastic movies look even better.
great 1999 films like South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. She's All That.
That's not a joke.
Uh, Cruel
It's a good movie.
Intentions.
Cruel
Runaway.
Intention. That was 99.
That's 99.
Oh yeah. Shout out Roger Cumble. You can check out my interview with him on the podcast. That's a fun movie.
That's a very interesting film.
Yeah, it's just
What other
it's what it
great
is. I'll say.
what other great films released? Oh, Bicentennial Man. Idle Hands. Remember Idle
I've
Hands?
actually not seen Idle Hands. I know there's big Idle Hands community out there in the horror space.
I'm sure there is. Every one of those fucking things has uh, an audience. The 13th Warrior, another 1999 film.
Yeah, I like that one.
Deuce Bigelow, Male Jiggle.
Oh
Um,
God.
uh, Muppets from Space, the film that killed the Muppets franchise.
Lynn Ramsey's Ratcatcher. There, I'm gonna mention an actual good movie
Yeah, I
now.
was
Yeah,
trying to
fuck
do a
you.
gag where I only mentioned bad movies, but
Yeah, I know, but
um,
it was going too long.
Asterix and Obelix versus Caesar, which I believe is the first Asterix and Obelix film with Gerard Depardieu, everyone's favorite guy. Gerard Depardieu, normal and chill guy. Um, Gerard Depardieu. Uh,
No, Wild Wild West. How could I forget?
oh yes, Wild Wild West, of
Yeah, the
course.
patron saint of the failed
Yeah, I mean
blockbusters.
it is the reason we're
Yeah, it's the reason we're all here.
yes, yes. The film Virus. Remember Virus? Everyone remember
I do remember
Virus?
Virus.
That movie sucks so hard. I want the movie to be better just because the premise is fun. It can't even do that. Um, Baby
How do you feel
Geniuses.
about American Beauty these days?
It's no Baby Geniuses, I'll tell you that.
Hmm.
You know what? I have not seen American Beauty in maybe 15 years. Um, I remember liking it when I first saw it because I was kind of like, yeah, man, the suburbs are fucked up, man, which is where I was
Yeah.
growing up as a kid. And now it's like, he wants to fuck a teenager. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. I think I told you they showed that to us in high school. I
Oh, you know what? I saw it in high school too.
I took a film
And
heritage class, and for some reason, we watched American Beauty as one of the films.
oh no, I kind of got a stranger one. I saw it in an English class. We had to get a waiver
Why? What was the?
because it was R. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rated R
but
movie.
no, I get that, but why? What was the like? What was the reasoning? Like, even for me, the film heritage class was like it was kind of just whatever the teacher wanted to fucking show, so that raises more questions about him. But what was the reason for? What were they tying it into in English class? Like, what was the?
I don't remember the specific if it was a specific book or theme, but God, and I can't remember her name, but she was a pretty good English teacher because she was a big proponent of like she it was never this direct, but I bet she hated the curtains are just blue mentality. She
Mhm,
was very much like no, there's something deeper going on here.
mhm.
Like there's always like no one just writes some bullshit. Even if you're writing bullshit, you're talking about something whether or not you realize it.
Yeah.
And I think she was trying to use that movie. I think her name was Mrs. Fuentes. I'm sorry if that's not her name. She was pretty good. I liked her. Nice lady and very engaging teacher constantly. But she was a big proponent of like think about what these stories mean and like what they're saying and like
Mhm.
what do you see in them, you know. Um, and American Beauty was I think her attempt at like showing that visually and cinematically.
Okay.
Uh,
Interesting choice,
I
but I
don't.
mean, hey,
Yeah, it wouldn't have been my go-to. I'm not a big fan.
I mean,
Even before.
American Beauty kind of is for high schoolers in that respect. Like, there's the shot of Kevin Spacey when he's looking at his computer screen, and there's like the text codes on it, and it literally just looks like prison bars, and it's like, oh, his life is a prison, man. Like, this
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
I had a teacher, Mr. Klein, seventh grade, showed us Signs, M. Night Shyamalan Signs, because he was like, "This is how you tell a story."
Hey, he's not
He's
wrong.
not wrong. I mean, it is that is
That's a
kind of
great
the
fucking
that
movie.
is kind of the perfect movie because it's literally like look for the signs, and if you're trying to teach high schoolers like how to do foreshadowing and stuff, like Signs is the perfect movie for that, and it's very much a like yeah, and it's about his faith. Like it's very obvious what it's about. So um,
Mhm.
I remember he was a big M Night fan, and in the era, I wonder how he felt as it went on because that was the era of The Village had just come out. Um, and
Oh.
he was like I like The Village even though it was really obvious. Like that was his take on The Village back then.
Oh,
Uh,
funny.
and
Well, there's another Shyamalan adjacent movie that came out in 1999 as well, and it went triple platinum in in my household.
mm,
She's all that.
hey, yeah, doesn't he has an uncredited rewrite on that, right?
Yeah, I think it's like I forget if it's like the dialogue or something, but
And
yeah, he worked on that
the other
movie.
one, 1999, Stuart Little. He has a credit on Stuart Little.
Yeah, big year for Shyamalan heads.
Yes. Um, yeah. Anyway, 1999 is genuinely one of the best years of movies where I'm just fucking around. But
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, I was not watching any of these films in 1999. Uh, actually, no, I did see Stuart Little, obviously. Uh,
I watched that too, but I don't remember if I saw it in theaters.
I saw Stuart Little in theaters. I saw Toy Story 2 in theaters. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, saw in theaters. Uh, the one I get that I kind of am like I can brag a little about it in my mind is I did see Iron Giant in theaters as a kid. I was there opening weekend for Iron Giant, which not a lot of people can say because that movie bombed. So now everyone
That one
loves
I
it.
did also watch in theaters. I need to say because I need to be on the ground level and be like, no, no, no. I was there day one.
Mhm.
My mom took me,
Yeah,
devastated us.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean that
like, who the
was
fuck is this voice of the Iron Giant? This is my favorite actor.
this guy's amazing. I remember getting the end of Iron Giant being like, "Oh, cool! There's gonna be another one. Like he's gonna
I
put."
did too. I
Yeah,
remember feeling that.
I was like, I can't wait to see Iron Giant 2, and then it never happened. Um, so I think for a lot of people, and I'm not even judging this. I think for a lot of people, the Iron Giant got big because of Cartoon Network used to do the Thanksgiving Day marathon of Iron Giant, where they just showed it all day, over and over again, kind of like a Christmas story. And I think it was literally someone at Cartoon Network being like, "We got to get this movie out there. Like, this
Yeah.
movie's too good to ignore." So I
Hmm.
think for a generation,
Like
that
that
was,
sounds kind of like a joke, but
mhm.
that is how these people operated
Yeah,
for a while. Like I think I've talked about I won't name the friend, but like they met with like an old school producer, Mike Medavoy,
mhm.
and they like he you know he's in fucking he's like throughout cinema history for
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
last 50, 60 years, right?
Mhm.
And you know, nowadays he can't just say yes to anything he finds interesting, but he's talked about being like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's try that,
Mhm.
you know? And it wasn't like, well, where does this fit into anything? You would just have these guys in positions of powers who genuinely just liked art and
Yeah.
were like, yeah, that sounds interesting. Let's do that. Or like, no, that should have had more attention. Let's run it on this channel again. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
like yeah, the ad space will the ad time will cover us or whatever the fuck.
It's so funny when you read about like movies in like the early '90s, and there's write ups on like producers like Bruckheimer and shit like that, and it's kind of a like there's these write ups being like, "Oh my God, these guys are destroying cinema," and it's like these guys look like cinema saints compared to the people running things right now. Where like they had things they wanted to do, like they had
Hmm.
visions, they had a genuine enjoyment for film and cocaine, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they they
His
didn't.
face is like different.
Yeah, they genuinely wanted to get into movies because they liked movies, and now it's literally just it's people who only see the numbers of it all, right?
Hmm.
And I feel like we're just at a tipping point. We're at a tipping point with a lot of things. I feel like that's one of the big tipping points we're at, of
Hmm.
just that sort of mentality. And we'll see where it goes. The kid who bought GameStop just went on TV and looked intoxicated and announced he was going to buy eBay for $58 billion. And
Oh my god.
so things are going
Jesus fucking
things are
Christ.
going great.
Um, I want to give another shout out to Jerry Bruckheimer since you brought him up. I won't say for what who he was talking about, but I've heard a second third hand story
Mhm.
where someone in his circle was saying like, oh this, how about this director for this project, and he was like, they don't know story.
Mm.
I've worked with them before. They don't know story. And now just like again, you're talking about like how people looked at his movies at a certain era, like in the '90s and shit like that. To hear him say that, to hear that he said that
Yeah.
is crazy. You know, and be like, no, they don't know story.
Yeah,
It's like, huh? You look back at his filmography, and it's like, you know what? Compared to what the shit is shoveled out now, I
Mm.
guess you got something there,
I mean, look,
buddy.
it's he had a formula. He like his idea of a story is like very limited, obviously, like compared to like what story can be. But it at least cared about it. Whereas now it's guys being just like, can we put Grogu in it?
Yeah, yeah. And I
That's
am very pro Bruckheimer movies.
mm,
I think I've made
same,
that very clear on my time on this earth. I'm just
same.
saying it's funny to hear that
Mhm.
of all people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, we've gone from guys being like story, but story to them is like there's a wild card, there's the old mentor, and then you end the movie on a freeze frame. Like that's what story was
Yeah.
in that era. And now it's like guys just don't even ask what the story is. Like, when do you think they actually sat there and was like, okay, what's the story for Avengers Doomsday going to be? Like, when do you think they actually bothered to do that?
Oh, I think they're doing it right now. I'm not even being
No,
facetious. I don't think they finished the third act
I
reshoots.
would agree. Like, I bet you they just shot a bunch of stuff and then are like, okay, how do we put it all together now? And that's what all the reshoots are about. Like,
Yeah, I mean, versus like you know, like Sam Raimi's not that hot on The Quick and the Dead. Have you heard
mhm.
of this?
Oh, really?
Like what? Yeah, when the Avengers, the very first Avengers movie came out in 2012. Jesus Christ, like 15 years ago now.
Mhm.
Um, he was asked about like, oh, what's your like take on like Joss Whedon and stuff like that, and he was like, he's a really good writer. He came in to do some punch ups in the third act of Quick and the Dead. He really made it. I wish he came in for the rest of the movie because I didn't think it came together as well as it should have.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, that's a guy who definitely knows story.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi, and unfortunately the other one too. I would argue.
Well,
I
Raimi,
would have argued
to be
when it mattered,
a little fair, Raimi, I think Raimi is like his own biggest critic sometimes. Like,
oh, big time, yeah,
that is him being like, Quick and the Dead didn't hit, so it must be bad. Like, I really think he has that mentality sometimes of just if the movie didn't make money, then it wasn't good.
Yeah,
So.
that makes sense. He's dead wrong. I would tell him, be like, Mr. Raimi, I'm sorry, you're dead wrong. The Quick and the Dead is fucking awesome. Thank you.
No, it just feels like a precursor to an anime film, but in the Old West.
Yeah.
Like a tournament arc. So
yes, the whole movie's a tournament arc.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably why I love it.
Yeah,
and I think that's what I want from more pop cinema.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have enough tournament arcs,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
you know
like
what?
We've lost track of the basics,
Now I realize the point I was going to make. Earlier.
Oh, yes, please.
To circle back. We were talking about the Goonies, and how the Goonies sucks. But I feel like now in this era where everyone has to adapt an IP, I feel like my test as a studio head right now would be to like lay out like 10 80s films, right? 10 big like let's get like the heavy hitters like Back to the Future or Ghostbusters and stuff like that, right? Like all the big hits of the 80s. And you ask the person who wants to make your movie to rank those from what they consider best to worst, right? And if they put Goonies in the top 5, you don't hire them on the movie. Anyone that ranks Goonies that high shouldn't be allowed to make movies.
On principle, I agree with you, but because it is May the 4th, and I might release this episode just because this is May the 4th week already earlier, and I'll do the X-Men episodes after this,
Okay.
Just because it'll be more relevant. But you haven't seen Skeleton Crew yet, right? Like you're just off Disney Plus entirely right now.
Yeah, right now I don't have Disney Plus, so.
Okay, yeah, I don't either. I just tweeted about it too, but like I really would, for people that are like burnt out on Star Wars or like just haven't revisited stuff in a while that's not Andor. I would really recommend Acolyte for prequel fans, and then I would recommend Skeleton Crew for like people looking for the fun pulp adventure stuff of the original trilogy. Like they satisfied both of my interests in terms of the franchise space, but Skeleton Crew specifically, because like to me that and like the peak of Stranger Things are my Goonies. I never responded to the Goonies, but like they take the framework of the Goonies and make it like their own enough.
And
right?
by peak of Stranger Things, you mean the first season?
No.
Well,
although season 1 is fucking awesome, obviously. Season 3 and 4 are my favorites.
I think history has proven you wrong. I think you're just wrong. I think you're objectively wrong.
No. Season 3 and 4 are my favorites.
No,
4 is the best one. I don't know how people don't think that.
What was the season that just ended?
5.
Okay, yeah, no, 4 is bad.
No,
there's no way your penultimate season can be that good, then your final season can be that bad.
Yes, that happens many a times.
Name one other example.
All right, let's take a look throughout history.
You don't have one off the top of your head?
I don't. You're right. I don't.
Like,
that's on me.
There are shows. Like, here's the thing. There are shows where they go off a cliff in that final season, right? But usually the way they go off a cliff was telegraphed in like the previous 2 or 3 seasons, right? That there were already bumps in the roads by that point. I can't think of a show off the top of my head anyway, where the penultimate season was the best and then the final season was the worst. Other than maybe like a 2-season television show, right? Like,
yeah, I know it doesn't traditionally happen, but it did.
I'm gonna guess the Stranger Things was not the exception that proved the rule.
No, you're right. It doesn't prove anything other than it was a fun show when it worked, and it was less fun when it didn't.
Mhm. I
That's
think
all. It happens.
I think of something where like I kind of sat down to do. I saw season 3, and I think I was like, I should try to rewatch Stranger Things, and I did rewatch season 1. And I'm like, man, season 1 works, and then I started season 2, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, I don't know if Stranger Things is that.
No, season two sucks.
I know 2 sucks,
Yeah.
but I kind of was just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm already done after that first season. So
No, that's fine. I wouldn't have even brought it up had I not brought up the Goonies thing earlier. And just like adjacent to this stuff, I think Skeleton Crew is like the best one to take that formula and really make it work.
good,
Like that
good for
that was
Skeleton
fun to
Crew.
watch week to week.
Good for Skeleton Crew, but also if you came into my room and was like, I'm president of Star Wars, and you go like, let's do Stranger Things but Star Wars, I would shoot you.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I was to be fair, I was talking shit before that show was coming out. I'm like, fucking John Watts is Star Wars? You kidding me? Oh, he's inspired by the Goonies? What the fuck? What is happening? We used to make things in this country, you know? Lo and behold, the episodes he directs are unfortunately also like the weakest director wise, but it like because obviously
Mm.
it was just I don't think I've been that pleasantly surprised this decade
Okay.
with TV shows. Like it was just
You should know.
such a fun time.
You should know it better be fucking good when I watch it. If it sucks, I'm gonna be angry now. Like,
Look, you might not be over the moon about it like I still am,
mhm.
but you're gonna like that it's a show that's like here Star Wars. What does Star Wars have? It's got a bunch of little guys. We got aliens. We got
What
we got spaceships.
Wait, this is
We got
none of this.
stars.
None of this has anything to do with Inspector Gadget. But like,
Do you want to talk about that movie more?
well, we haven't even talked. We haven't even
All right,
started.
fine, let's do
We
it.
have
Let's
not
do it.
talked
And
about
then
the
I'm
lead
gonna
actor.
end with
But
Skeleton
I
Crew.
just wanted to say, like, my issue I've had with Star Wars lately, and it applies to Andor too, which is the best Star Wars thing in a minute, right? But
Hmm.
it's like I'm getting fractions of Star Wars with each show, right? Like
Yeah.
Andor's like the
Definitely.
political side of it, and then you got the Acolyte, which is like the more prequel, like sort of mystical Jedi heavy side of it, and then you get in Skeleton Crew, which is like the fun adventure side of it. And I'm just like, the what made Star Wars fun was that you synthesized all these into one thing.
Yeah. And like fundamentally, I do agree with you on that. Like I'm looking for the Star Wars that brings it all back together. I mean, fucking Last Jedi is so fucking good and it has all that shit in the same movie,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
So I agree with you 100% there.
Like, that's just been my. It's why like as much as I'm like Andor's really great, like it's really good, but I'm kind of not in the like Star Wars has saved territory with it. Because I'm kind of like, but it's still only a part of Star Wars, right? Like it has not
Hmm.
it a great some for me a great Star Wars thing would find a way to combine Andor with Skeleton Crew. I'm just using that as an example just because that's there. But like if you could find a way to do the swashbuckling adventure stuff with the political side of things, you know, and not have
Yeah.
one overwhelm the other, which has been a problem with the movies as well, including the movies George Lucas did.
Hmm.
So like I'm not downplaying the difficulties of it, but that's to me what they should be aiming for, right? So, um,
Yeah, of course.
and it just feels
Like
like
I
we're
think
getting
I've
carved out versions, and then that's not even to talk about the character based Star Wars stuff, right? We're just like, well, Ahsoka's going to get her own show, Obi Wan's going to get her own show, Boba Fett's going to get his own show,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, it turns out streamers don't make money, so we can't do that anymore."
yeah.
Ahsoka, you got a season 2, you better wrap this shit up. Like
Uh,
um speaking of special effects that are fucking awful, um this is a hideous film, Inspector
you don't think
Gadget.
it works?
Believe it or not, no. I don't. Um
Well,
it sucks cuz like there's been such a big like reclamation of like the Wachowski sisters, Speed Racer for example, right?
mhm,
Which is totally the vibe a movie like this should be striving for.
yeah.
Now, obviously, Speed Racer didn't exist in 1999. It wouldn't exist until 9 years later.
Mhm.
But like they cracked it. The Wachowskis cracked the code
Yeah, I
on
mean,
how to do like like goofy kids cartoon movies.
There's a weird era of CGI where like it's cartoony, right?
Hmm.
Honestly, what's weird is one of the actresses in this is Jolie Fisher, who was in The Mask. Remember The Mask, the Jim Carrey mask?
Yeah,
And
which I've been meaning to rewatch.
you know what? It both holds up and doesn't. Like there's like stuff in it and you're like,
Hmm.
that really works, and then there's other stuff where you're like, that is not the best. But fucking Chuck Russell directed that, which is wild to think
That's
about.
why that and like I've been texting you about like Happy the Grant Morrison comic, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting back into like those edgy '90s comics because now I'm not gonna be annoyed, and I just want to see what they thought was edgy
Yeah.
in the '90s, and like the Mask is kind of like that. The Max, which is
Yes.
very much like that, you know, and
Whose
I'm just like I'm.
creator just passed away. Um,
Oh
yeah,
really?
yeah, I believe they just passed away like a couple weeks ago. So, um,
Oh okay. Oh no. Sam Keith. Yes,
yep,
March 15th. Okay, rest in peace, Sam Keith.
yeah, yeah,
Remarkable imagination.
yeah. No, and like from that we've talked about this on other episodes, but of that era of being like, I believe Sam Keith started as the artist on. I could be wrong, but the first few issues of Gaiman's Sandman, right? And that like
Hmm.
art style really popped, and then it was like, okay, now you can have like a fucking career. And he was like, okay, I'm doing the Max over at Image,
Yeah,
like so.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then obviously I think another big thing was like our episode on Spawn, where I
yeah,
was like, I think I do just like the style over substance stuff in comics now too. So
yeah. I mean,
I've been on like a side quest about that.
there's good and bad of everything, frankly. Like it's just there's
Hmm.
some great style over substance, there's some poor style over substance. But I was gonna say the mask is like the mask is actually pretty kind of early when you consider it's 1994, so that's like a year after Jurassic Park, and it's one of the first ones to be like, we can do CGI but like not aim for realism at all with it, right? Like it is
Yeah.
much more cartoon inspired, it's much more just goofy and silly. And like Speed Racer is kind of the first one to be like, we're not aiming for realism with any of this, right? We're literally getting like impressionistic with the CGI and just going, just pop insane with it. And you're right, like an Inspector Gadget would be better served in that area. It's funny you bring it up because it is 1999, same year as The Matrix. Um, and I'm trying to think, what are good examples other than Speed Racer of this sort of like CGI that doesn't aim for realism? Like I think Spy Kids is a good example, right?
At
But
perfect,
mhm,
perfect example, and that's only 2 years later.
yeah. So like maybe it's like a little early, but like and you need
Hmm.
someone who knows what they're doing. But yeah, like a Spy Kids vibe feels like it would be perfect for something like Inspector Gadget. And I have no idea. Like this is a really like, who is this for movie, right? Um,
Yeah.
because it doesn't. It feels like this is like a weird Disney flop era too, like where Disney is just releasing
Hmm.
shit in the late '90s. I think what's their big movie? So their big movies for 1999 are Toy Story 2, but that's technically not them, right? And that's Pixar
Oh
when
yeah,
Pixar
yeah,
had
yeah.
more autonomy, and also was like like a disaster of a production, right? Um,
Hmm.
and then the other one is Tarzan, which is them in the beginning of them, like kind of being like, let's take some swings. And there's a lot of stuff to appreciate in those swings, but I don't think any of them ever like achieved masterpiece status, right? Like,
Just the
um,
soundtrack for Tarzan.
no.
Whoa, what?
I know people are like, Phil Collins, man, Tarzan. You listen to that shit lately?
Yeah, it fucking rules. I don't
two,
know how you listen to that and not cry like immediately.
two worlds, one family. Fuck, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
I also want to mention another movie which comes slightly later as well, even after Spy Kids. Sky High, I think, kind of
Yeah.
strikes the tone of this
Mhm.
a lot better.
Sky High is a good example of that. Like there are there are movies that kind of fit this vibe a little bit that I don't know, they just and maybe it was too early, but I think someone was just like, this movie just feels like someone when we have the rights to Inspector Gadget. let's make it, right? And
Hmm.
who put this out? The Disney. This is a Disney film. I'm looking. It started at Universal, and Ivan Reitman was going to do it with Jeff Loeb, which is interesting. Um,
Oh, that, you know what? In that era, that could have been something.
yeah, and then the Farley brothers took it over at a certain point.
Oh.
I mean, look, '90s Farley brothers, like get Jim Carrey in there as Inspector Gadget, man. Like,
Oh yeah, then it becomes like a millennial classic. I
yeah, and it's
think
just
it doesn't mean it would have been good,
yeah, it probably
but
doesn't reflect the source material at all. But who gives a shit? Like, it's just it could be just Jim Carrey was wilding out, and
I mean, you can hear Jim Carrey go Gadget, like whatever
yeah,
bullshit.
and just say, I mean, you can see him being like normal guy, and then he gets all fucked up, and then he turns into crazy Inspector Gadget, right? And
Yeah.
and there would be like 17 interviews where Jim Carrey's like, I was a huge fan of Don Adams. I fucking sat at Don Adams' grave to get the spirit of the movie. And you're like, Don Adams is still alive. It's 1999. And he's like, you heard what I said. So I like this that it's like, there's, because I went to the Wikipedia just looking for some sort of answer, but Disney, I guess, bought Deke Entertainment, which is who owned Inspector Gadget. That was a offshoot of the Hanna-Barbera, I believe. Like
Hmm.
they had the Smurfs. I always remember the Smurfs ending with that Deke logo. Um,
I do too. That just like that was a Ratatouille style flashback when you mentioned that production company right now.
yeah, the star going around that just goes Deke. So
Yeah.
which became a meme because kids think it sounds like Dick now. So
Yeah.
uh,
Haha.
and then just like yeah, it was Disney got it, and then Disney it just says um, Disney hired David Kellogg, the director of Cool as Ice, to direct the movie.
Yep.
Cool as Ice, the Vanilla Ice vehicle.
Listen. I know we're like dunking on this guy, and he clearly didn't do a good job. He doesn't even have a Wikipedia
He
page,
does not have
for
a
the record.
Wikipedia page, and his credits on Letterboxd are Inspector Gadget, Cool as Ice, and then it looks like 6 films done for Playboy.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that he got his start in, I guess that's like adult adjacent, right?
It's like soft,
Cinema.
yeah. It's soft core pornography. It's like, oh, we're going to show you the behind the scenes of this photo shoot, and it's just soft core pornography.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it worked for Wes Craven.
Hey,
I don't
I
think he
mean,
worked for Playboy, but
eh,
we
yeah,
all
we
know.
all know. Um, but yeah, it's just uh, yeah, they just got this. They just got some fucking guy to do. I mean, that's really all it comes down. They just got some fucking guy to make the movie who has never done anything ever. And then you look at like who they were considering for all the roles. All right, do you want to hear the list of people that were considered for Inspector Gadget?
Sure, go for it.
So this is 1999. Kevin Kline, Steve Carell, Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Mike Myers, Jay Moore, Jerry
What the fuck?
Seinfeld, Mel Gibson, Dana Carvey, Michael Keaton, Adam Sandler, and Robin Williams.
Wow,
That reeks of
wow.
indecision.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Uh,
But you know what? If someone were to put um, like, oh, if you like, let's say Inspector Gadget came out today, right? And then someone made a, what if you cast Inspector Gadget in the '90s? I feel like most of those people on that list would also be on that fan made list.
yeah, some of them would. I mean, and look, I'm not even joking. I'm looking a little lower. When the Farley brothers were in charge, they did want Jim Carrey to play Inspector Gadget. It says, and
Yeah, that makes sense.
Spielberg almost produced it. I'm guessing there is this weird era where I think it's like kind of like the build up to the DreamWorks era, where Spielberg is like producing Tiny Toons and shit like that. And he circles a
Hmm.
lot of toy projects, and I think that's where he gets the rights to Transformers in that era, because he sat on those for like decades. That's why he has an executive producer credit on those movies. Um,
Mm.
and he wanted Chevy Chase or Steve Martin, which honestly feel like, yeah, that's what you get for Inspector Gadget. Although I don't know if that would appeal to children in any way. Like, they,
Oh, kids don't love Chevy Chase.
I mean, uh, does anyone love Chevy Chase?
His family, which, you know what? Say what we will about the man, which is plentiful. There's something to be said about one of the least likable people in Hollywood
Mm.
also being genuinely loved and cared for by his daughters.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Um,
that's great too.
that's
Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
it's like it just adds more to like what is wrong with Chevy Chase. Like it is one of those things where if Chevy Chase was like everyone, if whole family hates Chevy Chase, you'd be like that tracks. And then it's like no, someone loves Chevy Chase. You're like that's more concerning. um,
I
speak
mean, I
of
guess it could be, but I just find it fascinating. It's like, no, the industry is done with him. He like this
yeah,
guy's so fucking miserable to work with. But maybe he's like a really good dad.
hey,
Like,
could be something, but that to me speaks to more evil because like it's like oh you can be good and you choose not to. But I was gonna say, it reminds me of that episode of Louie. Remember when they go to the? Remember when that guy dies? It's the Robin Williams episode of
oh
Louie.
yeah, it's the best episode of that extremely canceled show.
Yeah, yeah, and it's Louie and Robin Williams meet up because they were the only guys that went to the dude's funeral. And like that dude sucked, but we had to go. And then they go to the strip club the guy liked going to, and it turns out everyone at the strip club loved the guy. Like it's like a weird window into like what the fuck was that? It's amazing. I only bring that up because Louis C.K. auditioned for a role of a police officer in the film. And I wonder if that's why there's that episode of Louis with Matthew Broderick in it. Remember that? Where Louis plays a cop and he
Oh
just keeps flubbing his
yeah.
line. I wonder if that's how that came to be. Um,
Whoa.
yeah,
Weird connections here, but
weird.
whoa.
Um,
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Matthew Broderick, as an actor, how do you feel about him as an actor?
all right, well, here's something
Well,
weird. Here's something very strange. Matthew Broderick, I think, is someone who has done some of the worst movies and given some of the worst performances in those movies, right? Like,
mm-hmm.
but Inspector Gadget, 1999. His other movie in 1999 is Election,
Mm-hmm.
and he's great in Election. Like,
Yep.
it's I don't know what it is. Like, I guess Matthew Broderick just has like a vibe that if you know how to use it well, it works, right? Like, and there's been these attempts to be like, oh, you can be more mainstream, right? And it never works. Like,
Never.
I think everyone's trying to tap into the star power of Ferris Bueller, right? Like all these years later, and
Mm-hmm.
it's never clicked well enough. But like he's in. Have you seen Glory, the Civil War movie? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
he's good in that movie, and it's like partly they're tapping
Mm-hmm.
into it's Ferris Bueller a little bit of being like he's a young guy who's in the situation he's like has no right to be in, right? Like
Yeah,
he's a
yeah, yeah.
colonel because his family's rich, you know? And War Games is one of my favorite 80s movies. I think that's one where you go like that one has like a cult following and if you go like it's one of my favorites, I'm like, yeah, because that one's actually good.
I should revisit that.
War Games is insane. War Games opens with a possible nuclear war and Michael Madsen pulling a gun on a guy who won't launch a nuke. Like
Yeah, I gotta watch
that's
that
the
again.
opening to
Jesus
a
Christ.
80s kind of comedy. it's it's a really intense open. I mean, it is about nuclear war. Like
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like if you took the opening of the last Boy Scout and put it at the start of the Digimon movie, our War
yes,
Games.
yes, exactly. But yeah, but I'm also looking at Matthew Broderick's career. Also, Broderick is in stuff like like Manchester by the Sea and Margaret. Like
Mm.
he's had a he's had an interesting. He's in The Cable Guy in the '90s, which is like a huge bomb, but like that movie's good. Like it's just a very strange film. But
Hmm.
then you have movies like, I guess it's that thing of like when they tried to make him a crossover, which is Godzilla, right? Like Godzilla he is bad and he's bad in it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, many would argue the most underrated of the American kaiju films, but you know,
is that an argument you're making?
no,
Okay,
no,
good.
I don't hate the movie.
If you could have seen my
I will be honest.
careful, careful. You were doing good for a minute, but just be careful. Um,
Okay,
but
I didn't say it was good.
it
I don't even
isn't.
think it's that enjoyable.
It is not enjoyable. I'm gonna go out and say
I just don't hate it.
I'm just go fuck yourself. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's about 5 to 10 minutes of good stuff in Godzilla 1998,
Yeah.
and that's a YouTube video. So that means the movie
Hmm.
is shit.
Yeah. He is so miscast in that
I
movie
know.
that when they do the animated series, it's just a different guy basically. Like there's no relation.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like the design's different, the voice is different, the characterization's completely different.
and to be fair,
It's just like
that is like, what is his character in it? Like,
yeah, it's nothing. They basically had to make a character from the ground up for the animated
that's a
series, which
very
is fucking awesome and
yeah.
very
No,
hard to
that
track
was
down,
weird.
by the
The
way.
animated series is good, but what's weird is let's talk about Godzilla 1998 for a second. Uh,
Yeah.
so his gimmick is that no one can say his name correctly, right? Like that's the only thing they really give him. Uh,
Hmm.
he's not like he all he's doing is like studying like worms, right? Like he's the worm guy, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, there's like the first chunk of Godzilla is him getting recruited by the government to study what's going on, right? Like
Yeah.
being like there's these weird attacks happening. There's these footprints. We don't know what they are. Blah blah blah. Whatever. It's kind of bullshit. Um, and they set him up with like Vicky Lewis and another guy. It's very clearly like a science team, right? And
Hmm.
which kind of ends up being the foundation for the animated series. But none of those characters do anything in the movie.
Yeah, no. They're not even really comedic relief.
Yeah. Like, what is Vicky Lewis doing here? Vicky
Good
Lewis is
question.
funny. uh, um, I do like. I gotta say, even though it's like it's only there to be a fuck you. I do like Michael Lerner as Mayor Ebert. Like,
No, yeah, me too. I like that Ebert and Siskel were both upset that they're like,
we don't get.
well, if we're in the movie, Godzilla should have stepped on
Yeah,
us.
Godzilla should have fucking killed us.
Yeah.
No, they're 100% right. It's one of the most. My thing would have been I would have tried to have gotten Ebert for Mayor Ebert if I was doing that movie. Like,
Yes, because if that's what you're going for, you have to fucking go for it. Like,
yeah,
all the Leonard Moulton's in Gremlins too
yeah,
after
when
not liking the first movie.
he gets killed by the gremlins. It's a 10. It's a 10.
Yeah, like yeah, it's hilarious. It's great. And shout out Leonard Moulton. He's still hopping on live streams every Sunday with his daughter to talk
Yes,
about movies
he's
and
still
stuff like
kicking. He
that.
just loves
Dude's a pro.
movies.
We're
Yeah.
so blessed to have him.
And I was gonna say though, like I don't know, like it would have just been and Ebert was a huge fan of the '90s Gamera films, so like you could have gotten Ebert in a Godzilla movie. I'm betting, like
Hmm.
you could have been like Ebert get fucking fucked up by Godzilla. Like
You know what I just found out?
what?
The single returning cast member from the Godzilla movie to the animated series is Michael Lerner as Mayor Ebert.
Oh my god, I didn't know it was Lerner. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I'm both happy and being also like, what are we doing? That's Michael Lerner.
Yeah.
Mike Lerner got an Oscar nomination for Barton Fink. Like, what are we doing?
That's fucking great.
Michael Lerner also just incredibly strange career though. Like
Hmm.
of just like Barton Fink. I totally forgot he was in X-Men Days of Future Past, a movie we just talked about.
Oh my god, that's right.
He's an elf, and then the thing I can never get over is the fact that his two Coen Brothers collaborations are Barton Fink and A Serious Man, and in A Serious Man, he literally shows up for one scene, says nothing, immediately has a heart attack and dies. it, it
Beautiful.
it's I don't know what that is, but it is great. So, um, yeah, that's hysterical. But yeah, I'm just looking at Broderick's career, and Broderick doesn't really act that much, right? Like
Yeah, no, no, no.
he's just kind of ever
Those
present because it's like
fucking
he's Ferris Bueller and the Lion King, right? Like
yeah, those residuals alone
mhm.
like must take care of his kids.
Yeah, he's probably doing fine. And I think
Yeah.
he does mostly Broadway stuff. Like not, and I'm not. We're not even counting. We're going like, yeah, he probably gets a lot of money from Lion King and Ferris Bueller, and it's like, oh yeah, and he was in The Producers, which it was at the time the most successful Broadway show of all time, right? Like
Mhm. Yeah.
he's probably doing fine as a result. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but then you look at like some of
Uh
the bad movies he's done, or stuff like the Stepford Wives remake, which was a
oh yeah, that one's a
disaster.
bummer.
Deck the Halls, which is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Um, New Year's Eve, remember New Year's Eve? Remember when they did movies like that?
Yeah, you could just make a movie titled after holiday and people would fucking
And you just put like,
line up to see that shit.
80 people the audience vaguely knows in the movie.
Yeah.
um,
But you know what? Like, I was asking because yeah, I think he's fucking awful in some movies, and then is really great in some stuff. I think my favorite performance is in 30 Rock as
mm,
Cooter.
yeah.
He's like a DC
Mm,
Washington DC employee. He's like they shuffle him off into like a corner office that's like leaking,
mm.
and he's like, no, we looked into it. It's fine. And they're like, well, and Alec Baldwin's there, and he's like, well, I can see it leaking right here. He's like, no, we looked into it. Like his vibe is so perfect for like incompetent
Yeah,
governance
yeah.
that it's hysterical.
He's also had a pretty good like television career in that respect of doing like bit parts in television shows, right? Like
Hmm.
like he can be good, but whoever was like there must have been some Disney contract that led to him being here. Like
Hmm.
of just like we have you under we made some deal with you related to you agreed to do Lion King 2 the direct to video, and we will now give you like a starring vehicle, right? It
Hmm.
because I can't make sense of it otherwise. Because he's the least Inspector Gadget of the people we listed, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Jay Moore makes more sense,
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
like especially in that
That's the first time
era.
anyone's ever said that.
Yeah, but like,
Nothing against the guy's performances, just
hmm, I'm looking up the other. I mean, he. This is the only. It looks like he does Inspector Gadget. I'm looking at the other movies he did, and Inspector Gadget, I think is the. Or he did some movie called The Last Shot with Alec Baldwin. It looks like an action comedy that was released in 2004. He did it for Buena Vista, and it made less than $1 million. So
wow.
part of me is just wondering, it, like, what happened? Did something happen here where he made some deal with Disney, and then they were like, none of the actual things he wanted to get made got made, so he ended up in something like Inspector Gadget, right?
Hmm.
The other weird one in here is Good Boy, which was produced by the Jim Henson Company, but I don't think Disney owned the Jim Henson Company at the time. Um, the Dogs Are from Space movie. Um,
Oh, what? No, I don't know this one.
no, Good Boy. It's not good. Um,
Oh, okay.
it's one where it's like the plot is the dogs are from space. There's that recent Good Boy horror movie that came out where the dog can see the ghost or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but it's basically like dogs are actually aliens. They were sent to take over the Earth, but instead they became the pets of the planet, right? And Matthew
Sure.
Broderick is the representative coming to check to see how the dogs have done, and is like, "What? What happened?" So it's a comedy. Um, I
It'd
remember
be funnier if it wasn't.
I remember there's a really insanely dark sequence where because the dogs like failed, they all get taken by the aliens, and
Oh no.
we see like the Broderick voices the main dog, and we see him like in a space gulag, like where and he says something being like, okay, we didn't take over, but like I've learned what it means to like be loved. Like it's a very kids movie message, right? And then the aliens are like, okay, fine, you can go back. But I just remember that image being very dark. So check out Good Boy, I guess.
No.
Um, and all right, the other big element of this film, and this is something that fans were like in this era were so pissed about this that Roger Ebert mentions it in his review for the movie, um, which is the casting of Rupert Everett as Dr. Claw. Because the whole gimmick with Dr. Claw is you never saw his face on the cartoon. Um, it was a big deal for kids of that era that you never saw who Dr. Claw was. And
Wow. And people were like fucking rioting over that.
yeah, and it was like, and yeah, he's on the poster in, in the movie, in the live action
Oh,
adaptation.
is that their Judge Dredd always has to wear the mask thing?
It kind of is, but also it was something where Dr. Claw was voiced by Frank Welker, um, and has like this really like he has like this really gravelly voice, right? And
Yeah, Frank Welker.
yeah, and it was this thing of for kids of that era was like kind of scary, and being like, and there was all this like, oh, what does Doctor Claw look like? Is he really fucked up? Is he really scary? He also doesn't have a claw, I believe, in the cartoon. He's just called Doctor Claw. Like I think he maybe has a metal hand, but he doesn't have a claw, right?
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, like it was you only saw his hand and him petting his cat. Um, now there was a toy that was released that was literally the gimmick was if you buy this toy, you'll see what his face is. Um, you can find the packaging of it. His face is covered up on the packaging, so you can see the toy, but you can't see his face. And then I believe one of the NES games or at Super Nintendo games, if you got to the final boss, you finally saw his face. So it was revealed, but there was like a whole thing about certain era being like, we don't know what Dr. Claw looks like, and it was a big deal. And I think for everyone involved, the long and short of it was it didn't look like Rupert fucking Everett, right? Like, especially when you consider the other choices for Dr. Claw were Tim Curry, James Earl Jones, Willem Dafoe, Jack Nicholson, John Lithgow, Tommy Lee Jones, and Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, it's like what you said. They were very indecisive. Like they didn't have a vision for this. So like we got
Yeah,
to make this movie.
but it's just
He's
crazy
famous.
that it's one to have like okay, you have no vision for this, but then to land on like the worst decisions is insane. Like, how'd you go that far with it? Um, Forever, it's a guy that sucks, right?
Oh, is he?
Um,
Shit. What did he do?
um, I think he's kind of. I think he's kind of like. I think he's a leftist, but is like a turf or whatever. Like I think he.
Oh.
Yeah. Um. I could be wrong. I don't want to. I'm looking at his. He has a whole section of his Wikipedia page that is political views. I don't
That's
want to.
always a good sign.
That's not a good sign, but I don't think I have time to go into all of it right now. But
Okay.
um, yeah, um, yeah.
He's just got some questionable things,
He's got
perhaps.
a handful of questionable things. Yeah, he might be like I think he might be like a kind of like gay adjacent conservative, right? Like
Oh, here's something. Um, In an October 2025 interview with the Daily Telegraph, Everett said he previously
That's
identified
what I
as a
was.
champagne socialist.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was reading.
Yeah, and his political beliefs, but his views have since shifted to becoming more right wing in response to mass immigration, taxation, and constitutional policies under Tony Blair, Keir Starmer, and consecutive Conservative Party governments.
Great.
It's always a good sign when you hear someone's going more right wing in response to immigration
Yeah,
and taxation.
yeah,
That's what you want to hear.
yeah. I got rich and I hate immigrants.
Yeah. I don't understand, but now that I have money, they want to take more of it?
Yeah. What? Diego, I don't think you understand. I paid taxes this year. Why is the government coming after me? Me specifically.
It's like living in Nazi Germany, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
I mean, what else is our taxes but modern slavery? Which
Jesus, fuck these people.
which is an actual thing these people say. Um,
Yeah.
What's a kind of racist?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
go for this one, and then I'll circle back to racism.
well, it's related. Rupert Everett will be in the two-part Resurrection of the Christ movie directed by Mel Gibson
Okay, yeah,
as Abraham.
all right, all right. We really have to do something.
That's
We really have to avoid that movie.
I
Like
know.
it's gonna make $1 billion. Like
The first one will, and I think the second part, like, there's no way it's good, right? Like, there's gonna be like AI Jesus in hell or something like that, and then there'll be like a whole thing about how, oh no, they recast Jesus.
yeah,
Okay, so
it's
I
a new Jesus.
no, why? What happened to the other guy?
Well, I mean, that shouldn't have stopped him from being Jesus, frankly, in a Mel Gibson movie. Um, to me, that's like, ugh. Um, I mean, but like Passion was terrible and it made a lot of money.
Yeah,
Then again, Mel Gibson just did Flight Risk, which was like atrocious. So like, even like his stands on Letterboxd. Um, who are these people that defend Hacksaw Ridge?
I don't know,
One
man.
of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. Like,
He does like the Raimi cam when a guy is getting shot up in the fucking like trenches or whatever.
also, like, is anyone like, are you just like, just when you watch his movies, and I'm just gonna say it. How do you not feel uncomfortable watching violence in his movies, knowing he has a raging hard on about it?
Mm-hmm.
Like his violence, like so the people like will like call violence pornographic and stuff, and usually I'm like, ah, that's bullshit. His violence is straight up pornographic. He is
Yeah.
enjoying something about violence being committed to the human body, and if he would just admitted that, I'd be cool with it. But like he's like, yeah, movies about Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the problem with a lot of these conservative religious people, right? It's like they can't even address that aspect of their lives and their interest and their faith, because then that means their faith could be flawed in a way. It's like, no, their faith has to be pure.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about the violence, or they can't say it's about the violence, because violence is impure in nature.
Mhm.
Its existence is impurity. Their faith and religion has to be perfect. It has to be pristine. But the interesting stuff to talk about with his work is like, hey, why do you see stuff that way?
Mhm.
You know,
I could tell
like,
you
let's
why.
explore that.
I could tell you
I
why.
mean, yeah, it's not actually that interesting. I'm just saying, like, if you want to unearth these
It's
people.
because his father was a Nazi and probably beat the shit out of him, and it made him a very confused young man. He's one of the more easy guys to figure out.
Yeah. It's just, if we wanted to, this isn't even devil's advocate. It's Mel's advocate, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not. I wish he wasn't allowed to work anymore.
Mhm.
Truly, he doesn't need to. I wish he wasn't. But if there was anything to discuss with him, he's also just not that interesting anymore.
Mhm.
Like, he doesn't have anything else to offer. He's never apologized for any statements he's made that
Yeah.
were harmful and offensive.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, we know why he's allowed to. It's because he's still famous and rich and powerful and has
Yeah.
powerful friends.
Mm.
But yeah, it's gross. Fuck that movie. We won't be talking about it on here.
Yeah, we're not. I
Uh,
mean, we'll maybe talk about it obliquely, but we'll never do it directly. Like,
yeah, I was just shocked that Rupert Everett, the villain of this movie, is now going to star in a real life villain's work.
mhm. Which, and in what I'm gonna guess is a really sensitive portrayal of Abraham. Anyway, speaking of racism, um,
Brian
so
George is in this movie.
well, yeah, we'll get to that. But so Dale Huey is the voice of the Gadget Mobile, right? Which that's
Oh
fine.
yeah, that's the.
That's fun, right? Dale Huey,
Mm-hmm.
fun to
Mm-hmm.
voice the Gadget Mobile. Um, the other three choices for who could voice the Gadget Mobile were Eddie Murphy, David Allen Greer, and Chris Tucker.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you picked up on a correlation there.
Oh no, I caught something. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I can't believe some executive at Disney was like, "We need a black guy to voice the Gadget Mobile." That was said in an office in Disney in the 1990s,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is wild. Um,
It's just offensive. Like there's no fancy jokes or sugarcoating it. Like it's just offensive.
yeah,
Um, David Allen Greer though, kind of having like a little bit of resurgence.
yeah, that's been
He's on that
interesting.
show, yeah, St. Dennis Medical, which
Mm,
I'm not very familiar with,
mm,
but it seems to be very popular, and the bits I've seen with him in it are classic. So
mm. Yeah,
I should watch that show.
he's had a bit of a like interesting resurgence. Although he was in um that movie no one liked. What was it called? The American Society of Magical Negroes. Remember that? Like,
Oh yeah, that's a rough one.
yeah, that was one where it was like, ooh, like it's that's a really good idea for a movie, and they just fail.
hmm
So,
Um, I do love that because I did nothing just films in LA anymore. So to see like specifically LA locations in that movie,
mm,
like the final shot is them walking towards the LA skyline. Like I know that street. I've been on that street like
mm,
dozens of times. It was very nice. The movie is awful, but that was nice.
mm.
He's also in They Clone Tyrone, which is
Yeah.
great, and everyone should watch it.
Remember he was the samurai on Samurai Jack?
Oh my God, was he?
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's
one
a
of
good show.
one of the wilder episodes of that show.
Yes, yes.
But
Um, but worth watching, frankly.
no, it's good. But yeah, I just find that really wild that someone was just like, yeah, get it. We need someone to voice the Gadget Mobile, and that's where they went with it. Um,
hmm hmm
but
None of them could have been Inspector Gadget, perhaps. No, no,
you know what? I realize we've been
no.
talking for like how long have we been talking? We've been talking for over an hour and 20 minutes now. What is what is Inspector Gadget?
Um, Usually we kind of do like a flippant joke, like well, this movie doesn't really have a story. Like this one straight up doesn't.
Mm,
Like it kind of. I want to give it a little bit of credence here. The most I thought I would be lightly annoyed by the movie was the opening sequence where it's like very cartoon logic, because I didn't remember the rest of the movie, right?
mm.
I was like, okay, clearly like Hollywood backlot sets and stuff like that. Not realizing it was a dream sequence, so that's on me. But
Yeah.
I just thought that was going to be the tone of the movie, and then the movie still has that tone,
Mhm.
but without everything that made that tone like at least slightly more bearable. You know.
Yeah. Well,
But
you're
yes,
right.
the movie.
What I was really what I'm asking really though is like because this is where I don't know enough about Inspector Gadget to really say like I don't think Inspector Gadget has an origin, at least not on the animated show, right? Like, I don't think there
Hmm.
is a like, oh, he was a cop and then this happened to him, right? Like,
Yeah. Well,
I
no, he's a security guard who wants to be a cop. The
yeah,
classic trope.
yeah, I don't think that is the story with Inspector Gadget from the cartoon. I think he just arrives fully formed, right? Like,
Hmm.
which I am fine with, but that's clearly a studio being like, why is he Inspector Gadget? And you can feel the notes that are just like, why is he Inspector Gadget and why does he do what he does, right? Like,
Hmm.
because that's the only thing this movie seems to bother to explain. And it's the lamest version of it, which is just like he wants to be a cop. Like he just wants to be, but he's not. And Inspector Gadget on the cartoon, he's just a cybernetic detective, and he just says "Go Go Gadget," and he can make like incredibly, seemingly uh, inconvenient devices appear. Right? Uh,
Hmm.
and there's no, I don't think there's any real explanation for it. You don't need one. This is an origin story, a superhero origin story, right? Of just and it's the $6 million man. If he gets injured, we can rebuild him, but they turn him into Inspector Gadget for some fucking reason, right? Like
Yeah.
it's ugh, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Believe it or not. um, uh, well, we talk about was anyone caring what this movie was? So we have the opening dream sequence, right, where he saves the day and it's very cartoony, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and then you're right, and that tone kind of remains through most of the movie, right? Like it's just the tone of the dream sequence is still the tone of the movie for the most part. It comes and goes, which is what makes it more awkward. Like it can't decide what it is versus the dream. But the next sequence, the next big sequence in Inspector Gadget is the late great Rene Bourgeois getting shot and killed.
Hmm.
Like in a sequence that is pretty dark. Like Claw just straight up like sends robots in and just shoots him. Like they didn't need to do that.
No.
They could have just taken the thing, right? Like and then that's immediately followed by Claw's hand gets disfigured by a bowling ball, and fucking Matthew Broderick gets like crushed almost to death. It's like it's an oddly violent sequence for this
Yeah,
movie.
no, he blows up in the car.
Yeah,
Like it's a comedic cut when they're like, "Oh, how's he doing?" and he's like in a full body cast in the hospital. I'm like, "Okay, that's a little funny, right?"
yeah,
Um that's the one time I think about that in
but
the
it's
entire
not
film.
funny versus the scene we saw. Like what like
Yeah.
it would be like it really does feel like if someone got blown up in Die Hard almost, and then we cut to them in a full body cast being like wah wah, and it's like no, like that was the sequence you just did was kind of real, and now we're back to
Yeah.
this. Like
Yeah, and also because that explosion is somehow even more aggressive visually than someone getting shot and dying
mm,
like minutes before. If minutes before like
yeah,
2 minutes before that. So, like, in your viewing experience, now you understand that death is a possibility, right?
yes,
Like, let's break this down to its fundamental essence here.
yeah,
Someone has just died, a chase ensues, he blows up in the chase, cut to cartoon gag. Bizarre, to say
yeah.
the least.
You can die in this world. You can get disfigured in this world, right? Your hand can be destroyed by a bowling ball. Like
Hmm.
it's there's all this stuff, and then it's like, yeah, right. I wonder, you know what? If this movie was more popular, I bet you there would be like 70 videos of like the dark truth of the Inspector Gadget film, which would say that he actually does die in that opening, and then the rest of the movie is his fever dream as he dies. Because it does, the tone does like feel like it shifts back after that, right? Like,
Hmm.
it gets real for this one sequence, and then now it's back to him in the full body cast, cartoony stuff, and there's no explanation as to why they make Inspector Gadget the way they do. Like, there's a very half-hearted attempt being like, we've been working on this program that's basically RoboCop, but there's no explanation as to why they put like fucking toothpaste in him, right? Like, you know, like
Yeah.
it's really. I feel like a better version of this would have been like I don't know if you can do the he gets disfigured opening, right? Like I don't know, like but there should have been something of I've made the perfect someone should be like, I made the perfect robot cop, right? And then you bring in Inspector Gadget, and then it's like, okay, Inspector Gadget, shoot that criminal. And then it's like, oh no, I made him nonviolent. Like shouldn't the robot cop not hurt people, right? Like he can stop crime. He has all the gadgets necessary to stop crime, but none of them can be lethal, right? That's like the should be the
Mhm.
limitation. And then maybe the guy who created Inspector Gadget dies, and Gadget doesn't know how to use all his devices, so that's why he's so bumbly, right? Like,
Mhm.
there's your setup, you fucking morons. Like,
Immediately, what came to my brain was obviously the Fantastic RoboCop,
mm,
and then honestly, the opening act of the first Avenger, the Cap
yeah, a
movie,
little bit. Yeah, I get what you're
where
saying.
like yeah, where you've got Stanley Tucci being like, a good man. It's like, RoboCop, Inspector Gadget could be a good man. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, and then like that's a funny like. That's a way funnier premise if he can't actually be like a violent anti-hero. It's like no,
yeah,
he's stuck in the body of like that's gonna only allow him to do things that either help people or incapacitate people in mostly non-violent and definitely non-lethal fashion.
yeah,
Like that's a movie right there.
yeah. That would be fun. Like,
Yeah. But it does feel like we're borderline moments away after that opening where it's like instead of like the OCP, like Matthew Broderick is like, oh, Riverton will fix you. They fix everything, you know.
well, there's clearly was a deleted subplot in with which the love interest was turned into a robot, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's only in the credits, the Robo Brenda stuff. Like I think it pops up for like half a second in the movie, but
It's in there like a bit. Like I thought it was gonna lead to more of the movie, but
mm,
it doesn't.
it clearly had a bigger plot. Like it so clearly had more to it that got cut. You feel a lot of cuts in this movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, they cut like almost 30 minutes out of the movie.
I mean, it feels it, and it's psychotic that they did that. Like
It was
that,
originally like 110 minutes. It whittled it down to 78. Now, I
yeah,
am assuming most of that stuff is just not good in
yeah,
general still, but like it probably would have made it feel like a movie.
yeah. I just say I forgot to mention this. I saw this in theaters as a kid. Um,
God.
and it was when I was visiting my grandparents for the summer. We always had like a week where we would go visit during the summer. And one of the things would be like, take the boy to see a movie, right? Like, because they didn't know what to do with me. Like, so we went, and the two movies playing at the time that we could have seen were Inspector Gadget and Muppets from Space.
Oh, you got some real winners
Yeah,
there.
got some real winners. And Muppets from Space had been released like the week previously, I believe. They were both July releases. And they were both sold out when we got to the movie theater. And my grandfather literally bribed someone at the movie theater to let us in to see Inspector Gadget. So,
Incredible.
yeah, because he was like, I'm not letting the kid leave here disappointed.
Wow.
And so we went.
I did not watch this in theaters,
Mm.
but I wanted to because I watched the 98 Godzilla movie in theaters
Oh, okay.
and I liked it as a kid and I wanted to see more of that worm guy.
That is so funny that we're like, God damn, Matthew Broderick is so fucking miscast and terrible in this movie. And literally, him in that movie got you to want to see him in another terrible movie.
Yep, yep. um
I mean, my equivalent to that is
yeah.
I always talk about being like, I I was a huge Steve Martin fan as a kid, and it got me to see Cheaper by the Dozen, and I felt like betrayed by it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, so after this, I was like, Matthew Broderick, I'll never trust you again. Not for any other reasons.
hey. Anyway,
Sorry.
we don't need to do that one.
Yeah, that's a bit of a downer. Sorry,
We
sorry,
we don't
sorry.
need to go there. Anyway, um, what was I about to say with this fucking movie?
You saw it in
So,
theaters?
so I saw it in theaters and I liked it. I actually enjoyed it for what it was. But I'm like, it's 1999. I'm like 5 or 6 years old, so like I'm just enjoying being at a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the one thing I remember with it is they did a music tie-in. They did a like music video tie-in with it. Do you remember this? I doubt this lasted beyond the marketing of the film. Do you know what I'm talking about? Uh,
Maybe was it the All Star thing?
no, it wasn't All Star, but that was definitely connected to it. There was a boy band called Youngstown. I did not remember their name. I had to look it up. Um,
Hmm.
but they only released like 5 songs, and they all seem to be connected to other things. I guess they did something for
Mm.
Pokemon 2000. I'm guessing the American release. Uh, but they did a song called "I'll Be Your Everything," which is just kind of a like generic boy band song that occasionally references Inspector Gadget. um, and I just remember saying it's really like "I'll be your everything, baby," like something like that. And then it's just like just call
Mm-hmm.
go Gadget, like it's very like how they tie it in. And the music video is them in the hats and the trench coats, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember that playing on TV a lot back then. I just remember the image of them doing a stupid dance. And boy bands used to be a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
now they're all K-pop
yeah, I
groups.
guess I guess that's the thing is they've all
That's not a
shifted.
dig. It's
No,
just
no,
truth.
yeah, it's all shifted to K-pop and VTubers and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I guess it's a market that never really died. It was just people stopped supporting it. Like
It evolved, you know.
we can, yeah, if you want to call it that.
It changed. It
Yeah,
changed. It changed. It's like the zone in Annihilation, right? What was it called? Zone X or something?
sure.
Um, where it's like, everything changes in there. It's like, is it good or bad? It's like, I don't know. It's whatever
At
you
time
bring to it. It changes you into that.
at times it was beautiful,
Yeah.
just like K-pop.
Yeah, and that's why the ending of that movie's so affecting. It's like, are they the same people? Does it matter if they're different? What does the future hold for them together?
BTS was just on Hot Ones.
Yeah, see? Boy bands.
They
Does
got
it matter that they're different now? What
so
does the future hold for us and them?
who's Rachel Bros? No, I'm just saying who's that?
Rachel Brosnahan?
Yeah.
Lois Lane. The marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
What
I,
what
I
happened?
no. I was looking
Oh
at
my god.
no. I was looking at. All right. I'm just feeling bad. I'm looking at the Hot Ones really recent episodes. She got 2.5 million. BTS got 13 million. Hillary Duff got 2.6. In the middle of this is Oscar Isaacs, who only got 1 million views. What's going on there,
I'm gonna
man?
watch that after this later. That's fucking crazy. I'm gonna watch all of them because I haven't actually watched the hot ones in a minute,
Yeah.
anyways. But I'm interested in like all of those interviews now. So
Oh, I mean, the Hot Ones is actually. Oh my God, Mr. Beast did one. Um,
I'm not watching that.
Mr. Beast only has 1.7 million, which is
That is beautiful. Like
did
that genuinely fills me with hope.
did you actually not to like plug a fucking YouTube video, but did you see Dan Olson just did videos on Mr. Beast and like the Beast
I
games and
saw
stuff?
he did them. I didn't watch the videos yet. I need
They're
to set time aside to do
they're
that.
very good in my opinion. And part of one of the things he explores is like Mr. Beast's ability to be ever present while also seemingly having no cultural value, like cachet, right? Like of just
Hmm.
like. So I think there's something where I think that's part of it. That Mr. Beast might be everywhere, but he's not exactly popular, right? So
Yeah.
um, I found that Mr. Beast. You know what? Matthew Broderick turns into evil Inspector Gadget. He has the Mr. Beast grin.
Oh my god, you're right.
I
Oh my god.
don't think
That's
that
just like the face of evil.
it is. You know what's weird about Mr. Beast that like is somehow more off-putting is I do not get an evil vibe from him. Like, I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't evil, right?
Hmm.
I'm just saying he doesn't give off that vibe that I normally get from evil people, and that just somehow makes his actions more unsettling.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it,
Whoa.
but
No, no, I know what you mean. It's that it's like there's nothing there. It's just a void, but the
yeah,
void's staring back.
there's a bizarre emptiness to it, but also there's like he's striving for success, but you don't feel that desperation you feel in someone like Elon Musk, right? Even though Elon Musk is like
Hmm.
a huge inspiration for Mr. Beast, it feels like Mr. Beast doesn't even know why he is Mr. Beast. He's just doing it because that's what you do.
Yeah, like he's not a person
Yeah,
anymore.
he's like a John Carpenter entity.
Yeah. Did you know his favorite color is blue?
Ah,
Yeah. It's
oh
just in the
God.
mouth of madness.
What else happens in this fucking shit movie? I should mention that
Um,
dark opening also has a scene where the Yahoo sign falls on someone and they play the Yahoo sound effect.
I know. It's so bad. It's it's fucking brutal, man. Like
How? Is Yahoo still
it's just
around?
so bad.
Did Yahoo go bankrupt?
You know what? I don't actually know. Because I'm so used to like, oh, Yahoo, the website and the internet service shit.
Yahoo was one of those things where like they pivoted to like six different things and they all flopped big time. Um,
Yeah, because they were kind of early in on the streaming service too, but theirs like did so miserable they
yeah,
shut it down like
they
after
shut it down
months.
like immediately and they blamed Community for it because they spent
Yeah,
all that money to get Community for their shitty streaming service. And then I believe they bought Tumblr at like the height of Tumblr and sold it for like nothing. So
yeah, yeah. They fucked it all up.
yeah.
That's not a joke. They did.
Hmm. They did.
Let's
I
see
mean,
what else happens in the movie. What do we want to talk about? I need to mention some stuff, but is there anything
well, all
you
right.
want
So
to
like
mention right
they
now?
they, they rebuild him, and then it's really about like Dr. Claw wants the robot pieces that Rene Auberginois was making, fucking Odo, and like that's kind of the plot of the movie. But Inspector Gadget just kind of bumbles around a lot and just annoys people. Um, Dabney Coleman. There's a lot of people in this who are dead now.
Yeah,
We
I know you're saying that because there's a lot of older people who are dead now as well, but that did make me sad.
Yeah, I mean it's Dabney
Um,
Coleman that passed away like 2 years ago, right?
yeah.
Dabney Coleman, who what would he be? Like he had like a weird resurgence with Boardwalk Empire, right? Like he was on like the first two
Hmm.
seasons as the Commodore, um,
Yeah, yeah.
and but he was also, I think, for a lot of people of our generation, he was Principal Prickly in Recess. Um,
Hmm.
so shout out to Dabney
That
Coleman.
movie I've seen kind of have a resurgence online as well. It's a good movie.
Recess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Recess is kind of one of those shows I think that if kids find it, they're still going to find something in it, right? Like it just has like a kind of
Hmm.
natural kid rebellion spirit to it that one of his last movies was Domino, which is kind of incredible.
Yes. We should all be so lucky.
Yeah. Um he was also in Stuart Little, which we keep bringing up this episode. I'm trying to look up
A lot of fucking people were in that.
there's a movie he did that is insane. I'm trying to find. Okay, have you ever seen Short Time?
No.
I don't know. I feel like it's not a good movie, but it's kind of insane, and I wish more people knew about it. It has only ever been released on VHS and Laserdisc in the United States. Just want to throw that out there. Um, Short Time, the plot of Short Time is that Dabney Coleman is a detective 8 days from retirement, right? So he's
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to retire with like a package, all this stuff. He goes in for a physical. Uh, he does like a blood test and stuff. Some guy at the hospital who doesn't want to get fired from his job because he's been smoking marijuana switches the blood tests, right? But it turns out the guy who switched the test is dying and has like days to live.
Oh.
So Dabney Coleman realizes that if he dies in the line of duty, he will leave. It's the only way he can leave his family with enough money to be secure. He has to get killed in the line of duty. So he like goes on a rampage against drug dealers, trying to get killed. So it's him. There's an insane car chase in it because he's just being reckless and trying to die. And it's like the drug dealers like shoot him a miss, and he's like, "Oh God damn it, come on!" And I don't know if it's good, but I remember watching it on cable once and being like, "This is one of the most insane movies I've ever seen." I wish
Directed by someone named Greg Champion,
there you
who
go.
hasn't directed anything else I've seen.
Why not? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know anything. I don't think it was received very well in its era. I just remember it. Uh, the only thing I remember about it is just it being insane, and I remember the joke of his buddy being like, "Yeah, look, we know he was going to die." Um, it was also weird. Like we found marijuana in his system. Like I didn't want to say anything because that would have got him like in trouble. But like especially since he's dying, like I didn't want to. And then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, he doesn't smoke marijuana. That's how they kind of figure out that it wasn't his blood test. And then there's like, well, who is it? And the guy was a bus. The real guy was a bus driver, and they cut to him dying behind the wheel of a bus and crash. I just I want more people to know about this movie. Because again, like I said, it's only ever been released on VHS and Laserdisc. So
That's kind of hysterical. Like maybe there's a reason for that,
yeah,
but that does make me want to watch the movie now.
yeah. Let me see. Is anyone on
A little
Letterboxd
bit.
even logging it? Like
Oh, I have no idea.
the top
Let's
reviews are all above 3 stars on Letterboxd. So take that
let's
for what.
see. What are the reviews of Inspector Gadget on
Hmm.
Letterboxd?
I wonder what that is.
Okay, it's pretty bad. Immediately I'm hit with like 1 star, half stars, 1.5 stars.
Yeah. Um.
1.5 feels a little high to me.
Yeah. Someone I know gave it 2 stars.
At the
So
time of recording, the most recent review, Luke underscore Hope said, "I fell asleep and when I woke up, there was a racist car."
frowny face. I just like that. Good job, Luke Hope. Oh. There's a lot of people talking about how uncomfortable they found the film, which I guess they're not wrong.
Yeah. Ben David Grabinski, who just released a movie this year called Mike and Nick and Alice, which I really enjoyed. You can watch on Hulu. No stars, but said staring out a window at the ocean like a Michael Mann character experiencing an existential crisis after I discovered All Star was used in this movie 2 weeks before Mystery Men was
Oh my
released.
god, so Mystery Men is Stolen Valor as well. Oh
Whoa.
my god.
No, but the music video was for Mystery Men. So Mystery Men probably was tied up with it first. Mystery Men had a lot of like production problems, right?
Yes, but also let's think of it this way. I also mentioned the other song that was in the movie, right? The I'll
Mm-hmm.
be maybe they were gonna shoot that music video with Inspector Gadget and then lost it at some point, and then they rushed this other music video into production. Mystery Men might have swooped in and fucking stole All Star the music video.
No, you know what? Mystery Men, I know we like it. It's not a perfect movie. It's fucking The Godfather Part 2.
No, yeah, it's one of those where I was like, when I think about the criticisms I gave Mystery Men, I'm like, yeah, it's not. It was being too hard. Well, hold on. I want to talk about a couple other people in it who have since passed away. Uh, but We the other guy in this is um Michael G. Haggerty, who's like a character actor. I think people know him, right? Like he was in Wayne's World. Um, he's what else? He's been in like a million things, right? Like you would recognize him if you saw him. Um, but he passed away. He plays like the weird sort of henchman, Sykes. They give him a really weird look in the movie, and there's a weird fucking post-credit scene with him at like a henchman support group, which includes Jaws from fucking James Bond. I think Odd Job might have been there, or someone paid to look like Odd Job. Like, and I gotta mention Andy Dick is in this as Kramer. Which why would you ever name someone Kramer post Seinfeld? I just don't get that. Like,
Like at best, like you could name him Cosmo. Like that'd be kind
yeah,
of funny. If you know, you know.
Kramer has stolen the name Kramer. Like, Kramer is now just the character from Seinfeld. So, but also, so it's he's another henchman, and he kind of just disappears from the movie. There's no resolution. Yeah, there's no resolution with him at all. And he doesn't even it's not like he brought anything to the film, frankly, but it's like I remember even as a kid being like, I wonder why that was what happened there. Like what even as a kid, you could pick up this movie was missing the beats that better movie version of this would have, right? Like as a as a kid, I understood a structure of like here's the hero, here's the villain, here's what the villain does, here's who's on the villain's team, here's who's on the hero's team, here's how they work together to fight each other, right? I understood story structure on that level, and I could even feel it missing here. Um, and it's just kind of shocking to me. So, Frances Bay was in this, the late great Frances Bay, who fucking hung in there, man. I mean, she was doing movies up until like she died in 2011, so she lived like another fucking 10 years to this movie.
Yeah, we do have to mention Michelle Trachtenberg is in this, who should still be with us. It's
Yeah.
fucked up that she's not here.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that one up as like a funny one 'cause that sucks. Like that's just
No, no, of
awful.
course. Like, yeah,
Like,
she should still be
yeah.
here. She ruled. She obviously was really beloved for stuff like playing Buffy's sister in the last 3 seasons of Buffy, but like people remember her throughout the show. Like she just had that sort of screen presence where she was like a radiant light in anything
Mm.
she popped up in. Like she's in like this one of those trashy early 2000s sex comedies, Euro Trip, which is like a problematic fave, and she's just kind of there to be like a hot girl, but like she's so
Mm.
fun in it despite that. And I don't she was just she was great in everything. She was in Greg Araki's masterpiece, Mysterious Skin, and she's like a light at the end of the
Mm.
tunnel in that movie because that movie's so miserable and it's a masterpiece. But she was such a special screen presence. She just had something that you can't really teach. Anytime
Mm.
she showed up in anything, it was a real gift, and she's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, that's one for and I mean that's partly like what a generation knows her for, right? Like it's like Harriet the Spy.
Yeah, yeah, we got to mention like the kid stuff, like Harriet the Spy, Ice Princess, which is
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Disney movie, which isn't like great, but a lot of people have a big soft spot for it.
Mhm.
Um,
But it means a lot to a lot of people, obviously. And before that, the other big one is she was a recurring character on The Adventures of Pete and Pete, which was, a huge cult classic for children of that era. So, like, yeah, she runs the table on a certain generation of nostalgia, right? And so it was very tragic. It's kind of it's kind of embarrassing that she's just running like circles around everyone in the film. Like,
she is far and away the best part of the film. Like she's it's precocious kid detective character, which is like can get very cloying and annoying, but she nails it. She is like seriously the best part of the movie.
she doesn't really do much, even though the whole point of even though like the cartoon, the whole bit is that she does all the work, right? Like, that's like the joke of Inspector Gadget, is that she usually saves the day. And She doesn't do anything really. Inspector Gadget like turns evil at some point in the movie. There's like an evil Gadget. He's called a Robo Gadget, which feels redundant. Like,
Yeah, yeah. It's like, isn't that the? He's already the gadgets.
yeah. So um, it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes
No,
sense.
no. Bad movie. No good came from it, if we're being honest. And
Yeah, it was a net negative for society. Um, I'm guessing it's why there's never even really been an attempt to do another one, right?
yeah, I guess there
Uh,
was another animated series up in Canada. I'm
yes.
finding out there's a bunch of really popular animated series for other stuff internationally that just doesn't make its way over here. Like, did you know
Yeah,
the
I mean, it's
Jackie
like
Chan Adventures had a reboot in China that ran for
yes.
like 5 years?
Yes. There's a couple examples of those where foreign countries kind of get their own version. I mean, it's like remember there's like a George of the Jungle cartoon I see like images of every now and then. I believe that was produced in Canada and then kind of got brought over here later. Like it's a lot of weird characters like that no one really gives a shit about, frankly.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, there is a direct to DVD sequel to this.
I
Um,
remember commercials for this.
I do too. It's French Stewart as Inspector Gadget. Um, and everyone loves French Stewart. Um, actually, I have no strong opinions on French Stewart. Like,
I
he
don't
just seems
either.
to,
I think he's in a lot of guest spots on TV and stuff.
yeah, he picks a lot of bad projects. And he did like a weird run where he was like in, yeah, I hear you, Logan. My cat's crying. Um, he did like Inspector Gadget 2 direct to DVD, and then he did the Home Alone 4 direct to DVD where he replaced both of the criminals that they like kind of combined into one, right? Like it's
Sure.
really strange. It's like he's dressed like Joe Pesci in that movie, but his name is Marv, which is the other guy. So he's Daniel Stern. I don't know what's going on. Um, do you know that movie was shot in South Africa?
Really?
Yes.
Sure. Tax credits there are crazy, I hear.
Yeah. It was shot in South Africa. It was meant to be a pilot for a TV version, and then they just were like, "This isn't going anywhere. I'll just make it a fucking TV movie." So yeah, so it's like that and Inspector Gadget are like back to back direct to video movies he does. There's also Bartok the Magnificent, the spin off of Anastasia that was also direct to VHS.
Yes.
Uh,
I remember. I rented that one from like Hollywood Video,
mhm.
and it had a trailer for Croc 2. Do you remember that game?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, fun platformer.
Croc.
They should bring that back.
You know what? I only ever saw trailers for Croc. I never played it.
I remember liking them quite a bit. Now, it has been years,
Mhm.
but I'd be interested in other people's opinions. So don't let us know what you thought about Inspector Gadget. Let us know what you thought about Croc and Croc 2.
Yes, and I've been replaying the Spyro games, so I would like input on those as well.
Oh, I fucking
Uh,
love Spyro.
yeah,
I
so Aaron,
fucking
like Croc,
love Spyro.
Croc is a product of that era of just it's weird. I think it's like Sonic and Donkey Kong Country just inspired everyone to make these like mascot games like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like Croc. Who are the big ones? It's like Croc, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. Would be the other big one. Who else we got? Banjo Kazooie is probably in
Oh,
there,
yeah, those
right?
guys.
Got like Gex and Rayman running around. Uh,
Yeah, but
a
Gex
few.
didn't. Did Gex ever make it to the 3D platformer?
Yes,
Okay. Because I
Gex.
remember at first it was 2D.
The first Gex is 2D, and then the second two are 3D.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
So then I'm clearly
Uh,
only familiar with the first one.
yeah, Rayman was similar, where the first one's 2D, and then the other ones are 3D. So, um, so I think what else was that? There was a lot. There was a lot of games like that of that era. That
Okay, but genuinely, this discussion has made me realize, like, if you reboot Inspector Gadget, just make a kids game. And I know they don't do kids games anymore because you can't like convince them to
you can't.
gamble.
Yeah, you can't trick kids into becoming gambling addicts.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
in a better industry for the video game world, this is like perfectly tailored for that type of shit.
yeah.
Oh my god! Apparently there was like 8 video games.
There was what? Oh,
There
Inspector
was like
Gadget.
8 Inspector Gadget games.
Yeah, that doesn't actually shock me. Like I know, like I said, I know there was a Super Nintendo one. Like I know that that exists, right? That,
Hmm.
but yeah, there's a lot. Um, I mean, Inspector Gadget is still like a massive kind of media franchise. It's just it's maybe not as dominant as it once was. You know.
Hmm.
I think there was just definitely there was also that weird thing we've talked about a little bit of just because they used to just rerun cartoons from like the 80s until the early 2000s, like it kind of doubled it these shows kind of double dipped in like Gen X and millennials, right? Like
Right.
so like even though it was way before our time. I do remember them hyping up there was a direct to DVD animated film called like Inspector Gadget's Last Case, which I think aired on Nickelodeon, and I think Maurice LaMarche voiced Inspector Gadget. So, um, which sounds about right. I was gonna say, I remember when I saw the preview for Inspector Gadget 2, like you said, and I was very confused about why they weren't showing Dr. Claw's face anymore because my introduction to Inspector Gadget was the movie. So I did not know that that was a thing. They went back to not showing his face in the second one.
Okay,
Um,
they made it more like for the fans.
yeah, I think it was trying to they were trying to correct something. And who is there?
That's so
Uh,
funny.
there's a woman Inspector Gadget in that one who's an actress I don't think I'm familiar with at all. Yeah, so that was the big thing. It's like there's another one. She's a woman and she's like more stern because that's how we write women, I guess.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, I wasn't. That's Hollywood. Women can't be silly. They have to be there to keep the silly guy in line.
Yeah. Elaine Hendricks. Oh, she's the fiance in the Parent Trap remake.
Oh, okay.
That's like a genuine like thing for me. I like that movie.
No, that movie's actually great. Like it holds
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah, Nancy Myers.
mm, it's like
Shot
it's
by
Nancy
Dean
Meyer's first
Cundy.
movie. Yeah, it's Nancy Meyer's first movie, right?
Is it? Oh yeah, I think it is.
Where's Nancy Meyer's been?
Trying to get this fucking movie off the ground.
Hmm.
Oh, it looks like it's actually happening. Good for her.
But it's been actually happening for like the past 10 years.
No, but like the funding, like it was like dead for a minute. Like
Okay.
funding just like fell apart, and I think they got some again.
Hmm. I mean, it is
Let
crazy
me
that
make
it's like
sure.
the intern in 2015 still made $200 million. Like
Yeah,
that
which I
she
remember
still,
being like, oh, "Who gives a shit about that movie?" And now I'm like,
yeah,
we didn't know how good we had it.
that
We
is
need more to
that
like
to
it.
me. Whenever I hear that thrown around, it's usually movies I hate, but that is a good example of being like, yeah, we should have more movies like The Intern out there.
Mm.
Like that, yeah. Well, Inspector Gadget.
Well, here some good. I'm gonna end on the Nancy Myers note for myself, unless you have anything else you want to add to Inspector Gadget really quickly. Um, like
Um, the dude who directed his last name is fucking Kellogg, man.
Yeah,
What are we
there's news
doing?
as much as recently as like just a couple weeks ago. Like I guess Emma Mackey, excuse me, an actress had to drop out of Nancy Meyers' movie, and they already replaced her with another actress, so they could be like good to go for a release date December 25th, 2027.
All
So
right.
they're cooking. Good luck, Nancy Myers.
Good luck.
Genuinely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think Netflix saved it.
Well, no, that's not saving it though,
No, but
unfortunately.
look, take the ones where you can get them. Matt, thanks for joining me. Um, yeah, I was gonna like link our stuff below, but yeah, that's just how it goes. Anyways, anything else you wanna plug or mention?
Follow me on Blue Sky. I just got my Twitter account just got deactivated.
I'm so
I
sorry.
got banned, and so I don't know if that's been fixed. I did send a like, hey, what's up? What's going on here? And I haven't heard anything yet. Your account is currently suspended.
Oh
So
no.
um, yeah. Uh, so
Well, I'm
yeah,
sorry to hear that.
I'm still kind of not there. Uh,
Okay. Well,
and I don't
I
know
need
the
to be more active on
process.
Blue Sky.
I don't know the process to get it back, and
Hmm.
I don't really care to get it back that much.
Yeah.
So if you say anyone saved any of my tweets you like, feel free to post it on my Blue Sky. Um, I like knowing I made people laugh in the world, but um, beyond that, I don't care. So
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, Matt. As always, like and subscribe. We have been professionally unprofessional.
go Gadget, bye.